Hi, my name's Megan Bennett-Burks, and right here I have Hal. He's decided he wants to go for a little flight around the room. He's an Emerald Toucanet. I'm gonna go into my second part of my RPG Q&A today. My first question comes from Steve C, and it is to use minis or to not use minis. I've tried gaming with and without minis. I've found generally I actually prefer not to use minis. I just have an easier time keeping things largely in the theater of the mind. The exception is some games combat has a really strong emphasis on tactics. Where that's the case, especially where movement is a really big part of the tactics, then minis definitely come in handy. Pathfinder, for example, I've ran it without miniatures, and it can be fun that way too, but you do definitely lose out on something if you run Pathfinder without miniatures, I find. But Fate, even D&D 5e, I don't use miniatures for either of those. Except maybe just if I feel like there's a miniature that really represents a creature or character really well, I might have that just sort of sitting out on the table. The next question comes from Chris Longhurst. If I said your name wrong, I apologize. What is the favorite game you've never played and probably won't ever play? Well, I like to think that eventually I'll have a chance to play all the many games that I would like to, but Mage the Ascension or Sorcerer's Crusade are both starting to look like ones that I'm not going to have a chance to try out. They're both World of Darkness Mage games, but the Ascension takes place in modern times, while Sorcerer's Crusade takes place during the Renaissance era. Huge fan of historical games, and the Renaissance era is pretty neglected in my opinion. Obviously, I love Renaissance era games. There's just not all that much of them, and I also really love improvisational magic systems, and from what I have read of Sorcerer's Crusade, it has a very impressive one. Alas, I've had some people tell me they were going to run mage games, and it never came to fruition, so it's looking more and more like if there's one I'm not going to have a chance to play that I really want to, that certainly might end up unfortunately qualifying. Thanks.